morning, students. We are going to study the short story The Gold Watch by Mulkraj Anand. Born in Peshawar in 1905, Mulkraj Anand has a checkered career as novelist, short story writer, art critic, and social philosopher. To quote him, these are his own words when he says, he was badly educated in the schools and colleges of the Punjab, made up some arrears of understanding while researching for a doctor's degree in philosophy in University College London and at Cambridge. As for the influences on his mind and art, he has often acknowledged his indebtedness to Gorky, Marx, Iqbal, Tolstoy, Celine, and Liu Xun, the Chinese writer. Anand is a prolific writer, and his publications include Untouchable, published in 1935, Coolie, published in 1936, The Black Waters, published in 1940, The Sword and the Sickle, published in 1942, Seven Summers, published in 1948, The Private Life of an Indian Prince, published in 1951, The Road, published in 1960, Morning Face, published in 1969, and an autobiographical narrative that is Confessions of a Lover. Now, students, if we look at the topics or the themes or the subjects that Anand has chosen in his works, it becomes very clear that he's novelist who writes about the downtrodden and the weaker sections of the society, the underdogs. He has a very sympathetic and a very realistic attitude towards the weaker sections or say the have-nots of the society, and in all his works he has presented their pain, their suffering, and their misery. So this is the overpowering theme of his works, that is about the society and specifically the downtrodden of the society, the weaker sections, and their relationships with the comparatively well-off sections of the society and the struggle that ensues from there. These are some of his favorite topics and the themes on which he has written his great works. Now, the story that we are going to study, The Gold Watch, it is also sort of it deals with the life of a clerk, and he is not a very highly educated man. He is just metric pass, but he is a sincere worker, and he is sincere by nature. As a person, he is very sincere and very hardworking, and he gets a job in a company. But as time passes by, he is sort of his ways are considered a bit of old fashioned, and then the manager of the company asks him, or say just gives him a sort of a bittersweet surprise, a very bitter surprise, but in a somewhat polished way, when he says that he will get a watch which the manager has brought from London, but that watch is actually a token for his retirement. The manager wants to say that he has to retire from the company. He's a 50-year-old and he still has 5 years more to work, but because he's not that highly educated, so the company wants him to retire, and maybe some other person who has higher educational qualifications will take his place, although that is not made clear, but just maybe. So this story presents the pain of that particular person, how he gets that shock and how he ultimately accepts that fact that the company will now retire him, and what are his insecurities and how he comes to terms with the situation. So this is the story, very moving story, and we'll study the story in detail in our next class. That is all for today. Thanks.